What's going on, beer risers? Got some coconut water here, and I thought we would just go over a comment I got. I actually want to start going over more of your questions, comments, even if you have any struggles. So please leave that down below so we can share and help one another. And yeah, let's get into it. You guys, I've been noticing huge improvements since adding coconut water in almost every day. I have it first thing when I wake up, and it's just so hydrating. And I find it just really, really good for my skin. So coconut water, it's where it's at. All right, so I got a comment from someone. I will leave the name out. This was posted public. So I don't know if they want me to share it, but it was posted public, so anyone can see this comment. And I think it's really important to talk about what people are going through. And I want to give my kind of comments on it. So it says 11 surgeries to date for cysts and that's endometriosis, which led to a hysterectomy where adenomyosis was found. That's also what they diagnosed me with. This hard lesson to learn is hysterectomy doesn't cure endo when you keep your ovaries, but this is what was recommended to alleviate some pain without having to go on hormones. I will say pain went from 15 out of 10 to 3 out of 10. However, wish I didn't need such drastic measures, and doctors had never mentioned diet could help. Found info later. Although diet thus far is only helping 2 out of 3 weeks a month. All right, you guys, so I want to give my comments, and disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just going to share my own experience, and you guys know that's what I've been doing thus far, and that's my ebook, Healed Naturally. That's just sharing my experience, what I did to eliminate ovarian cysts and endometriosis, and just a whole bunch of other health problems, including bowel problems. And working with people, I've been finding so many people nowadays have health issues, and it starts really in the bowels. Well, it really starts right here, you guys. We'll get into that. So first thing I want to mention is that I myself have been through lots of doctors, lots of specialists, naturopath doctors, and I was always looking to treat symptoms. So I'd get a symptom and I just want it gone right away, whether that's acne, bowel problems, pain, inflammation. And, a lot of us are taught, even doctors are just taught to look at treating the effect of our symptoms. We're not taught about cause. And that right there, I find with most doctors, they are really not following the rules of the universe, which is based on chemistry and physics and cause and effect. So what you do is going to have an effect. But a lot of the doctors out there are just treating the effect or the symptoms you get. And that can be, you can be left chasing your tail for lifetimes, for years, chasing your tail, going around in circles, trying to find the root cause. And a lot of us are not told about diet and the connection with a lot of these health problems, acne being a huge one, skin issues, how just taking out cooked milks, the dairy and cheese and all dairy is, I've by me eliminating dairy and just putting that out there, people have wrote into me saying they've eliminated their allergies, eliminated acne, a lot of digestive problems just by taking dairy out. So that's huge, you guys. But we need to be informed, and if doctors are not advising that their diet can help, and although surgeries are great for emergency situations, and there's a lot of great surgeons out there, and it's needed some surgeries, I want to always look at cause, and if the body can get to a degenerative state, can it regenerate? And what we're seeing is that even with hardened arteries, plaquing in the artery walls, that can start to regenerate. And for doctors not to advise that nutrition is really important. What we do every day is going to have an effect. What we eat every day, what we drink, what we put on our skin has an effect. I think that's really irresponsible. And they don't realize the effect they're having on people by telling them that. So for me, I like to, look at conventional medicine, but I also like to look at natural remedies. And can we, bring both together? Because a lot of the conventional medicine out there has great technologies. So from my perspective, I think that we can, really use both. And I come more from a natural perspective because that's just what's healed me. And I've been through the doctors, I've been through revolving doors, never really getting anywhere. But I do see that tests, can be useful. There's, surgery can be helpful at times. But what this message is just to say that from my perspective, I've healed myself naturally. And I've looked at, a lot of times we're taught just to go after the effect, and we don't realize that healing takes time. It takes patience. That's the biggest thing, you guys. We need to look at genetics, what our ancestors ate, what our mom ate, and then what we ate for 30, 50, 60 years. There's so many additives and colors and pesticides and chemicals in our food nowadays. It's cooked at high temperatures, and it's so denatured that we put it in our body, and the body becomes inflamed, and it tries to figure out what to do with a lot of this foreign chemistry coming in through the food that we're consuming. So by understanding the chemistry of our food and what it does to the physical body, we can understand some of the effects that we are getting. I don't look at just treating, one area. We look at the whole body because the whole body is connected. And that's what doctors may not be telling you. They may just be looking at a symptom up here, but not realizing that it really starts in the gut, right? The whole body works and communicates with one another. So what I'm seeing working with you guys is a lot of people are getting gallbladder stones, liver stones, they're getting appendicitis, diverticulitis. So all these itises, this is inflammation. And a lot of these problems always start from the gut. So we want to start looking at how do we heal 30, 40 years of compacting the bowels with a lot of these chemically ridden foods, a lot of the different flours out there, the junk foods and the, it goes on, the cooked milks and the processed meats, pizzas, and just compacting the bowels. It's like taking a hammer to the bowels, over time. The kidneys, taking a hammer, the adrenal glands. And a lot of us go to the doctor just wanting, a quick fix because that's what we've been programmed to do. And so even myself, I just want a quick fix. I want the symptom gone. But we need to look at our genetics and then what we've eaten and our diet and lifestyle on top of genetics. And we have to realize that healing takes time. It's not a quick fix, but we can start to turn things around today. We can start to change genetics today. And when we look at babies being born with tumors, well, how is a baby born with tumors? We have to look at what the mom has been eating and then her mom. How do these genes get weaker? How do you weaken a cell? Right? So even the primates I'm really studying. How do we weaken primates? You don't see these primates on lots of processed meats or cooked milks or alcohol. All the doctors that I saw, I always asked, is this health effect anything to do with what I'm doing? And they always said no. And that didn't sit well with me because I was like, it has to be something I'm doing. And no, they said, no, it has nothing to do with what you're doing. Keep taking this medication, and then follow back up with me. So it was really taking all the responsibility off myself and giving it to the doctor, putting taking all my control away and giving it to someone else, a doctor who I think will know better because they got how many years they were taught, pharmaceuticals, they must know better. And this really is to empower you and say we need to start getting our power back. We need to start doing our own research. Get various opinions. And then trust your own intuition. And not just give your power away so easily to someone. And that even can be in a relationship, you know, with friends, family, teachers, just thinking they know what's best for you. And that's ultimately not they don't know what's best for your health and happiness. And a lot of times if we give our power away, we can also be giving our health and happiness away. So it's time we get our power and control back and realize that you are a smart individual. We need to start doing our own research. We need to start looking at the cause. We need to start addressing what we're consuming every day, the chemistry we're consuming. We need to get more into alignment with chemistry and physics. What doctors are not looking at is the great lymphatic system, which is our sewer system of the human body. Just like every house has a sewer system, if that starts to back up, then we start to get into problems. And that's what's really going on here. We're starting to see autoimmune diseases, cancers, and doctors are not looking at the lymphatic system. So when the lymphatic system becomes so backed up, then we get, you know, these cysts, these pockets of mucus, the cancers, stones. And how does this develop in the body? Well, we need to pump our lymphatic system every day. This is a major fluid of the human body. We need to start bringing in electrical foods, hydrating foods. We are 70% water. We need to eat more water-rich foods. That's going to start hydrating these very dehydrated parts of our bodies. You know, the liver being one, and the kidneys and adrenal glands. So the lymphatic system is something that we really need to look at. Doctors especially need to look at. And once we start looking at the lymphatic system and realizing that this is the system that we need to start cleansing. And once we do that, and we start draining and working on our eliminative channels, the kidneys, the skin, the bowels, our airways, then we can start releasing some of this mucus, some of these toxins. And a lot of the different medications out there are very acidic on the body. So there's a lot we need to start looking at, and so many people and beings and primates are getting butchered out there. You know, they go into a doctor and the doctor just removes the gallbladder, removes the appendix, removes the kidneys. And it's like looking at a vehicle, a car. We can take out certain parts of the car, or we could just start changing the fuel. You know, maybe we just have to start changing the fuel that we're consuming, and then everything will start to regenerate and start to repair once it's given the right fuel. So I like to look at cause and effect, and what we do every day is going to have an effect. To not tell you that what you're doing, that diet has no relation to health, is irresponsible, in my opinion. So I look at cause and effect. I look at what chemistry we're interacting with every day. And once we do that, once we look at the lymphatic system, we can start to look at regeneration. We can start to look at taking a weakened cell that's been damaged and start to try to regenerate that. We can start to turn some of these cells around today if we just start changing what we're doing. So that's my thoughts on that. If you guys have any comments, questions, struggles, whatever it is that you're going through, please leave them down below. It's good that we talk about this, and it's good that we look at helping one another out by changing what we're doing. And whether that's just getting out of a stressful environment, that's going to have huge impacts on your health. All right, guys, that's it. That's my take, and we'll see you guys in the next video. As always, be your beautiful selves, be getting in some nature today, and be in the present moment. That's where you'll find your strength, your power, in awareness. All right, guys, see you in the next one. I love ya.